Hello everyone, welcome back to Let's Play Pathfinder, where last time we went to the graveyard here with our boy Sosiel, and we're paying our respects when the dead awoke and attacked us. We ended up fighting off all the undead and killing the necromancer. We killed him ourselves because Sosiel's religion would not allow him to kill a sinner who has surrendered to him. So we took it upon ourselves as the noble leader and bringer of justice that we are, and finished him. And now we're back in camp, and we're going to talk to Sosiel. Good afternoon, Commander. How can I help you? Tell me about yourself. To be honest, I don't have much to tell. I had done little with my life until I met you, but if you want to know anything, just ask. Where are you from? From Andoran. I grew up on the outskirts of Carpendon, a large, rich city surrounded by gardens and vineyards. Just imagine, miles and miles of greenery and fragrant orchards. Sosiel inhales with pleasure, as if he could still sense the aromas of his faraway homeland. My family has a small winery. I worked there from a young age. I pressed juice, did a little carpentry, painted, and one day I discovered I could do more with paint than simply cover walls with it. There was a temple of Shellen nearby. My brother and I would often spend our days there, listening to music and enjoying the stained glass windows. As a boy, my brother decided to devote himself to serving the Eternal Rose. Our parents hoped that at least I would remain to run the family business, but he makes an apologetic gesture and flashes a disarming smile. It can't be helped. The goddess called me too. It's all right. I have plenty of cousins, second cousins, and other relatives. When this war is over, I'll go back there and see how they're doing. So you're an artist? The cleric smiles shyly. That's too grand a word for it, but yes. I love to paint, and I know how to. Of course, a crusade isn't the best place for art. What I manage to draw here is, at best, sketches. I hope, when this war is over, I'll be able to turn them into real paintings. May I see some of your sketches? There's nothing special in them, but if you're really interested. Sosiel hands you a folder filled with pencil sketches. You recognize familiar fighters in some of the portraits. The cleric drew them without flattery, just as they are, but beneath the features that seem boring and even ugly in life, Sosiel's hand has found the inner beauty, power, and dignity. The tired faces of soldiers, covered with wrinkles and scars, resemble an army of angels. There are landscapes in the folders as well. At first, you don't understand why these blooming hills, shady groves, and shimmering springs seem so familiar. But you have passed by these places as you traveled around the Worldwound. Though you saw them darkened and maimed by demonic influence, Sosiel's pencil has restored them to their former beauty, which the demons stole from them, and which the Crusaders are fighting to return. So he's a good artist. Instead of working as a craftsman, you decided to serve a deity? An interesting turn of fate. Wrong button. There we go. Sosiel nods with a smile. Some clerics are proud of their tender hands, which have never touched anything heavier than a brush. But there's nothing ugly about hard-earned calluses. Indeed, I should say that saving the world is easier with strong hands. The smile disappears from Sosiel's face, and he looks down, adding, I'm sorry, these hands couldn't save the people who died in Canabras. How'd you end up in Canabras? A grim shadow falls over the cleric's face. I was hoping to find Trevor in the city. My brother. After my brother took his vows and was ordained as a paladin of Shellen, he departed for the crusade. He wrote home often, about everything he saw, his battles, the people he helped. From his letters, I learned that he had joined the Eagle Watch in Canabras, but soon his letters became infrequent, and then they stopped, altogether. We feared news of his death, but silence was our only answer. Not a word from him, or from his command, or his brothers in arms. Nothing. In the end, I couldn't wait any longer, and I came here myself, to find Trevor. If he's still alive. Or his grave if he should have perished. But my brother seems to have vanished. I tried asking the other paladins, but they refused to talk to me. And it's very much like they're trying to avoid the need to lie. I sent official requests to their orders command. Still, I wait in vain for an answer. I joined the local church of Shellen, hoping to find out the truth one day, but the city was attacked by demons. When your brother was preparing to become a paladin of Shellen, they learn some kind of art too? Yes, Sosiel smiles warmly. He's always been a good wood carver. Toys, whistles, window frames. Our house was the most beautiful in the area, all dressed in his wooden filigree. From the railing on the stairs to the wonder bird on the roof. You show commendable persistence in the face of such trouble. Most would give up the search and leave. Yes, persistence. The cleric's eyes stare into the distance. You know, I got that from my brother. Trevor never gave up. If he had to wait, he waited. If he had to use force, he did. When he fell, he always got up. And got me up too, though I was so much weaker than him. I could never betray everything he taught me. How did you end up at the court of Queen Galfrey? The cleric looks down. When the city was attacked by demons, there was a hospital in our church. Every one of us was prepared to fight at the last, or to the last, to cover the evacuation. But our Mother Superior wouldn't let me join the fight. She sent me for help, and everyone who stayed was killed. Why did she choose me? Maybe it was because I was new, the youngest and least experienced of the clerics, and I wouldn't be much help in battle. Or maybe she was just giving me a chance to survive while the rest of them bravely died. Shellen be my witness, I did not ask for this. I would be honored to lay down my own head next to theirs. I ran to the closest Mendevian garrison. I don't know by what miracle I got there. There were demons all around, and everything was on fire. I remember my horse was killed right under me, while I fought off some shrieking monsters. But when I came to, I awoke among friends. My first thought was that it must be a dream. In my delirium, Queen Galfrey herself was dressing my wounds. But it was true. It was the queen herself, tending to a lowly warrior. That's how I ended up in her army. I marched with them back to Canabras, to the ruins. How do you manage to always look like you're on your way to a tea party, not a battle? Sosiel looks down for a few moments, searching in silence for the right words. At last, he softly replies, When I first got here, to the Worldwound, the word terror doesn't convey half of what I felt. The land itself here is maimed and mutilated, desecrated. But more frightening still is what the war does to people, to their bodies and souls. For every knight in shining armor, there are 100 warriors whose souls are maimed with fear, suffering, and cruelty. Many have forgotten why they're here, and now know only war. When there's a break in the fighting, they drink themselves into oblivion and wallow in the mud. They're rotting alive and don't even seek help. They gave up on themselves a long time ago. Sosiel looks you in the face, and you see pain in his eyes. Don't misunderstand me. I don't condemn them. Quite the opposite. I want to help. And to do so, I must look after myself first. Not only to treat and support them, but to remind them that there's something else besides war. There's a normal world out there. A place where blood doesn't stain the ground, and people don't sleep in trenches, and a place where, as you said, they even occasionally have tea parties. The cleric smiles, but his eyes seem sad. I, for one, condemn those animals you describe. If soldiers let themselves slide like that, they should be ashamed of their lack of discipline and dignity. I don't really want Barrett to be that judgy, right? Like if they commit a crime or they fuck up because their discipline slipped, he'll let them know. But, he understands. Under circumstances like these, everyone finds their own way to survive. Yes, everyone copes in their own way, or fails to cope. Unfortunately, not everyone can withstand this madness. The ones with strength to endure must help those who don't. What is a servant of the goddess of beauty doing in a war zone? I am doing what the goddess destined me for, to keep our fighters safe. I'm confident in our victory. The gods of good are on our side, so we cannot fail. But victory is not enough. I do whatever I can to help those who are holding off the forces of the abyss, so they may live long enough to see victory, without losing themselves along the way. Every one of our soldiers deserves a home, where people love them and are waiting for their return. When our soldiers are finally able to go home, on that day, I may earn the right to lay down my weapon forever. Your art is so touching. Perhaps I could pose for a portrait sometimes. Just you and me. No. Thank you for telling me about yourself. Tell me about your brother. Trevor. He's always been my hero, ever since we were children. Alright, so this is new. I asked him, I just kind of whispered it, but tell me about your brother. Trevor. He's always been my hero, ever since we were children. I was a coward, always telling petty lies, always running from the danger. Trevor always ran toward it. He had this saying, an army stands until peace comes. A lie stands until the truth comes out. He never lied, never let injustice pass, never. The cleric's voice trembles and breaks, and he shakes his head. He was 8 when he said he was going to be a paladin. And he always went towards that goal, day after day, never looking back. I remember the day he went off to fight. I thought, this is it. The war will finally end. Trevor will defeat all the demons and close the Worldwound. But Sosiel's gestures helplessly. Thank you for talking to me. My pleasure. Okay. I like Sosiel. He's a good guy.
Godspeed.
Let us go talk to the queen, because she's here in disguise now. I think she's up here. Queen Galfrey. There she is. Oh, she doesn't get a new portrait? Damn. Queen Galfrey nods to you cordially. Her armor is plain and unadorned. As promised, I entered the rings incognito, along with a few bodyguards. I have introduced myself as Katrine. Or Katrina? An old friend of yours. I'm a knight of a minor order, the Green Crows. We shall see how long it takes Anevia to sniff me out, the queen chuckles. Why did you decide to join the crusade after all? Because I have a curious mind, and I am quite unable to sit and do nothing for long. The queen smiles, but then grows serious. You ask a difficult question. I must remain as safe as possible. My death or abduction would sow chaos among our forces. However, I am not only a queen, I am also a paladin of Iomade. It is not in my nature to sit in a palace with my sword sheathed. In a manner of speaking, your request was simply a convenient excuse for me to be where I belong. Crusading against the demon hordes. Besides, I'm curious to see my new knight commander in action. I have a question for you as well. Why did you wish me to join the crusade? I wanted to know you better. Surely you know how intriguing you are. Is it fair for you to send us to our deaths while you stay safe in the castle? I'm glad to have the glorious Crusader Queen at my side. Your presence will boost the soldiers' morale. Why did Barrett ask her? What was the lawful thing to do, right? I think it's fair. I think it's kind of number 4, but also number 1, but also number 2, but also number 3. All of the above. I think your presence will boost the soldiers' morale is probably the most accurate. I think he does find her intriguing, but I think that's a bit too forward right now. I also think the idea of her sitting safe while sending others to battle sits wrong with Barrett, but he understands, like, if that's what her call was, fine. That's what monarchs do. Or have the right to do. I think we're going to go with number 2. I'm glad to have the glorious Crusader Queen at my side. No, your presence will boost the soldiers' morale. I think that fits best at what he would say and align with the reason why he asked her to stay the most. A reasonable expectation, and I like that you think of your warriors first. May I ask you a personal question? I've learned so much about Queen Galfrey from chronicles and legends. But what about the other Queen Galfrey? The one that the historians and bards cannot see? What am I asking there? How does it feel living for so long, beyond all natural limits? You're over 100 years old, my queen, aren't you? Still, you sound like a prosecutor at a trial. Why allow yourself what others cannot have, against all natural law? This is what I hear in your question. The queen frowns. But rulers benefit from criticism, do they not? I don't know. I'm not a ruler. I shall answer thus. The decision to prolong my life was not mine. It was the decision of the Church of Iomade. The Sun Orchard elixirs have been paid for by the church. Okay, so that's what is extending her life. Gotcha. I'm sure that was mentioned before, but I forgot. I thought it was like a divine blessing or something. Yeah. The Sun Orchard elixirs, I don't know if they'll go into it here, but they come from a nation. Well, I forget the name of the nation. Never mind. Forget I said anything. The priest determined that I was needed in these dark times, both as a ruler and a chosen paladin of Iomade. I accepted their decision, and the great responsibility it entails. Why did you entrust me with Daron? The queen smiles. I saw such a wonderful opportunity to teach the Count a lesson and just couldn't resist. Honestly, I expected you to dismiss him forthwith. The Count would have been forced to return to court, a laughingstock. It would have been truly a sobering experience. There's nothing more disgraceful for a Mendevian noble than to be discharged like that. Daron Arande, the queen shakes her head. He was such a lovely child. His mother, Lady Selena, was one of the most gracious people I had ever met. She was amiable yet decorous and truly kind. Bonds of kinship among the nobility are on the whole highly practical and only useful for forming alliances. But Countess Arandes managed to become a true member of my family. I suppose that is why I spent so much time believing her son to be a better person than he actually was. His company is a heavy burden. Still, I must admit that I am quite pleased that you decided to keep him on as a companion. There's a small chance that once he has had a true taste of the crusade life, the Count will finally cease to mock the Crusaders as cynically as he is wont to do. You've given an army and the title of Knight Commander to a stranger. Why? I think we already asked this. Let's see if she says anything new. Because for 100 years I have protected my lands, trying to drive the demon horde back into the abyss. I have tried every right and rational method. The queen affords herself a brief, grim smirk. My armies have been led by the greatest generals, even Iomede's angels. My goddess's herald created the wardstones for us. We have tasted victory more than once, but we have failed to close the world wound. As for you, do not call yourself a stranger. You are the savior of Canabras. Hundreds of its people saw the power that descended upon you and turned the demons to dust. It is a sign that we've awaited for decades, a sign for all loyal hearts and followers of Iomade. The time has come. Hope has been rekindled in the hearts of my subjects, thanks to you. Hope is a priceless resource. I had no choice but to give it wings. You called it the sign they've been waiting for, but I take it you are reserving judgment? The question seems to catch the queen off balance. A strange spark flashes in her eyes. When Eridan perished and Iomade took over his legacy, I was among the first to serve the new goddess. I helped restore her church from the ashes left by the chaos after Eridan's death. Since then, I have served the inheritor loyally and truthfully. I like to believe that I have earned the blessing of my goddess. The queen's voice is surprisingly ardent. After I learned what happened to Canabras, when I met you at the Defender's Heart, I had so many questions. Is it true that what happened was Iomede's work? Why did she give this power to someone unknown, rather than to one of her most loyal followers? Could it be that my faith has grown weak, and I don't recognize the deeds of my goddess even when they are happening right in front of me? Is the goddess somehow testing me? Those doubts were like poison. But I refused to let them poison me. The queen finishes strongly. I gave you an army, declared you Knight Commander, and accepted you as I would anyone chosen by the goddess. May I ask you a personal question? I've learned so much about Queen Galfrey from chronicles and legends. But what about the others? What about the other Queen Galfrey? The one that the historians and bards cannot see. The queen smiles faintly. That Galfrey is an old woman, weighed down by a great burden. But she has not lost her passion, and she will make the feathers fly when the time comes. Mendev is lucky to have such a queen, and I am twice as lucky. She has agreed to fight by my side. I look forward to working closely with you, and who knows, maybe feathers won't be the only thing flying. What is that saying? Am I gonna fly? Are we all gonna fly? I don't know. It's good that you're still so full of life despite your advanced age. Mendev is lucky to have such a queen, and I am twice as lucky, for she's agreed to fight by my side. Galfrey arches her eyebrow. Strange. You say agreed to fight by my side, but what I hear is agreed to go on a date with me. What? Well, I wasn't... You're hearing things. I don't know. Do you really think that you are the first person to attempt to charm me with such words? You are not. If you want to impress me, you'll need to do better than that. Okay. Okay. Challenge accepted. Don't forget, here I am Katrain the Knight. Gotcha. Well, maybe when I deliver Dresden to you, you'll go on a date with me. How about that? That's the real reason we are crusading. To date the queen.
Let us press on.
Okay, so is there anything else we needed to do here? I think we needed to sleep, right? Then we got an injury. Yeah. I can't remember the guy's name. What's his name? Sosiel. I need to come up with a nickname for him. Just gonna call him Fred. Sosiel. For some reason, that name is just really difficult for me to remember and say. Alright. Let's rest. We'll have some more fish on a stick. Actually, we need to have a different meal every day. A varied diet is good for the soul and the body. Some onion soup. I used to think that being weird like you meant being alone, but lots of folk like you here. Is that the Ember? Yeah. Let's be weird together, and then you'll never be alone. Amber's a sweetheart. I'm a little worried that she has a dark path. And past. I meant to say past, but dark path works well, too, I guess.
Leads on.
Okay. Who are we gonna take with? Are we gonna take the same group with us? I'm thinking we're gonna leave Ninio behind. I like her personality, but her spells just aren't as useful as Lan is. But now we don't really have any utility. We have two healers here. Darren's the better healer. But I think Barrett likes Sosiel better. So now we have this slot open. Who are we going to take with us? I guess, actually, Ninio would probably be good here. But I like Ember more. I'm going to take Ember with us. I think this is going to be our group. I don't know. Woljif is really good. But Camellia offers more utility with her spells. With the spells I've chosen for her. And with... I think this is going to be... Yeah, we're going to go with this. We are going to go with this. We do need to make sure everybody's in their proper position, though. And we're going to be going to Houndheart campsite. That's where we're headed to next. Can I change these around? I think it needs to be like this, maybe? Can I see my formation? I don't think I can see it yet. What's this? Ah, Crusader Army 2. Assign a general to strengthen your army and increase its size. So I can recruit these guys for finance points. Archers. Who are these guys? Oh, okay. What is this? I wish there were like tooltips that came up here. So what does this mean? So there's 44 I can recruit. And this is the recruit one of them. Okay, I'm gonna recruit 10. Okay. That made us a little stronger, I think. Let's recruit another 10 of these guys too. Yeah, so that went up to 110. That's a footman. Okay, and assign a general. Recruit new general. Oh shit. Do we know any of these guys? Let's hold off on this. For now. I'm wondering if I can, Oh, we have 2 armies now. Okay. Probably need to manage this group then. Oh, can I not recruit for Army 2? We can assign a general. Maybe I have to recruit when we're back in Canabras? Assign a general. Okay. I don't know if we're like... if those are like... if I need to recruit those generals, or if I'll get like characters I can assign to be generals that I can actually talk to and stuff. I don't know. How do we... Oh, that's the army. Oh shit. I want to... How do I get back to my character? So we move the army out. I don't know if that's a good idea. There's someone on the road. Get ready. Okay. Oh wow, we got a whole thing here. Day 22, month of Rova, 9th month of the year 4715. Magical anomalies are common in the world of Galarian, so common that the use of the word anomaly itself is questionable. A regular city dweller will encounter a chaotic manifestation of supernatural power at least once in their lifetime. One might naturally assume that the strange sky, the ghostly fire from the rift in the ground, the rain of eyeballs, all that the Worldwound is known for, should find some purchase in the mortal mind. But even the most worldly of travelers feel uneasy at its borders. Why? Perhaps instinctively, they understand that this place is not merely a magical wasteland, but a wound, an ulcer, through which the world itself bleeds into the abyss. The commander and his army walk to the up the high bank of the West Selen River, where it draws near to the borders of the Worldwound. The soldiers' feet halt, unbidden. On the other bank rises a series of cliffs, too regular in shape to have been formed by wind or water. The sky hangs over their sharp edges, and sickening bends. The shade of Mercury on the horizon rising to... Let me read that again. The sky hangs over their sharp edges and sickening bends. The shade of Mercury on the horizon rising to dirty rust. I don't know why that sentence was tough for me. As it arches above the shoulders... Oh my god. As it arches above the soldiers' heads, it regains its familiar azure hue. The soldiers whisper and grumble. The commander feels eyes upon his back. Somewhere among them, wearing his simple armor and unrecognized by anyone, the ruler of Mendev is standing and watching the new commander closely. The commander gives a signal to wait and climbs to the highest point along the bank. Then he decides to... Ooh, did we get a speech moment? You convince Galfrey, Queen of Mendev, to join your march. Okay, so we could try diplomacy. Ember had helped out a lot there. So that's the better option. We could also just look around. We're going to address the soldiers to boost their morale. Succeeded at a diplomacy check. Establishing rapport with his troops is yet another battle that the leader must face. Through the subtle alchemy of words, one can win trust and raise morale, or lose face and authority. Addressing the army on the border of the Worldwound, the commander seeks to establish himself as a military leader on this new battleground. And his efforts prove fruitful. The soldiers listen dutifully, smiles appearing on their face. Someone in the ranks jokes that the demons are growing tired of waiting for them. The army keeps moving. Lines of soldiers weep or step warily beneath the shroud of low black clouds. It's like the Worldwound has reached out a finger into the land of Mendev. The gesture seems eerily harmless, but then the clouds come to life, shooting out howling tornadoes one after another. Tornadoes come from all sides, from ahead, behind, and right above the soldiers' heads. The power of the elements on one side of the scales, the soldiers' faith and inspiration on the other. It's plain to see which is greater. The determined army runs the gauntlet of tornadoes. Damn. The struggle lasts over half an hour, but the army's only losses are a few bags of supplies and a dozen hats whipped off into the sky. After stopping to catch their breath, the soldiers continue on. Their first encounter with the Worldwound has ended in their favor. Gained 24 experience. Change to morale plus 10. Current morale 16. Okay. Houndheart campsite. Enter. Yeah, I think next episode we're going to try and explore the army stuff a little bit more. See what's going on there, see what I can do. And this map looks very nice. I like the colors. They really pop. Alright, is everybody in a good position? I think we'd rather have land further back than Sosiel. So we'll go with that. Yeah, that works. Okay. Perception check failed for everybody. That's not good. Oh, except for Lan. What do we have here? Some gold, bottle of oil, petrified eggs. We're going to start being a little bit more picky with our loot, I think. We're finally here. Ellen and Curl must be around here somewhere. And Jana too, if they gave her permission to leave. Ah, there they are. Hey guys. Ellen of the Houndhearts. Greetings, Sela. And greetings to you, Knight Commander. Sir Ellen puts his hands behind his back and bows slightly. Then he casts an inquisitive glance at you. He seems less friendly than he was the day you met at the Defender's Heart. Jana puts her hands on her hips. She looks even more dashing than usual. Ellen is feeling a little shy. He thought he asked for help from a couple of nobodies like us. But now you've turned into the savior of Canabras, Knights of the Fifth Crusade, marked by Iomede's blessings. And you still came to help him dig through a pile of junk. Sela frowns a little. Let's not talk about it. I assure you, I'm the same Sela, your friend from the League of the Cart. And we came here to help you look for Ellen's ring. By the way, where's Curl? He didn't come with us, says Ellen. He said an old wound was acting up. All right, my friends, since we're here, let's finish the mission quickly. I really don't feel comfortable bothering the Knight Commander with my personal problems. Ember. I'm glad we're here to help. I hope everything works out perfectly for your wedding, too. I love weddings so much. They're full of joy and new beginnings. But I haven't been to any yet. Can I come? Ellen of the Houndhearts. Of course, Lady Ember. Let's hope my bride doesn't run away from the bungler who managed. Let's hope my bride doesn't run away from the bungler who managed to lose the ring he bought for her. Something wrong, Ellen? Am I making you nervous? The young knight is obviously embarrassed. I apologize. Jana is right. Much has changed since we met in Canabras. Some things for the better, some not at all. He stops short, apparently unwilling to elaborate. What does the ring look like, and where should we look for it? The last time I saw the ring, it was with my things in my traveling chest. Now the camp's in total disarray. I don't know how we'll ever find it. The ring is made of a shiny silver metal, with a deep blue-green jewel. You can't miss it. Master Derek is not just a jeweler. He's an artist. There's no mistaking one of his creations. Camellia. Sounds delightful. I wish I possessed one of Master Derek's fine works. I've seen them from afar, worn by visitors to the Gorm Mansion, but I've never held one before. I was never allowed to approach important guests. Interesting. That's like the most she's ever said. Ellen. I'm not one for florid compliments, my lady, but I suspect the master would happily give you one of his works as a gift. He does that from time to time, when he meets someone whose beauty inspires him. Thank you, sir. Camellia lowers her lashes dimmerly. A trinket worth several months' pay, Ellen. The rules on the surface are insane. You should give your girls fried rats like we do. You'd save yourself a lot of trouble. Indeed. Alright, let's go. Ellen. Jenna and I will look around the northern side. We'll see you when we find something, or when we give up trying. Okay. How big is this map? Not very big at all. There's a young deer that we could attack if we wanted to.
Something over there.
I got some gold, a moonstone. That's it here.
Now what is that?
Some more gold, mage armor potions. Actually, what was this? Shining scale. Sure. I know I said I was going to be picky, but if it's shiny, we pick it up. Alright, they're over there, so we're going to go this way. Man, we really have to go all the way around to get to that barrel, huh? Silver discs. There's a normal glaive. Forked tongue, animal hide. Melted shard of a ring. This item bears a trace of lost power. It seems you found a shard of a destroyed artifact. If you find all the fragments, an artisan with enough skill could restore it for you. Neat. Purifying solution, some gold. Carved urn. That sounds expensive. Decorated scabbard. Oops. Some bone meal, gold. Carved beads. I'm not going to discriminate. We're going to get all the loot. Oh. Quasit. A small quasit demon emerges from the chest. It looks at you angrily, screwing up its ugly little face. It is holding a shiny object on its paws. In its paws, a sparkling silver ring with a large blue-green jewel. It's mine! Mine! Jenna Aldori. Ellen, look! Look at that creepy thing. What's it holding? I've seen one of those before. These small demons like to tease and bully, but it'll bolt if it senses any real threat. Let's surround it and attack all together before it can figure out what's happening, says Ellen. Oh, it color sprayed. Mine! The quasit throws its paws in the air and splashes you with beams of color. You hear insolent giggling. The demon is jumping up and down, throwing the ring into the air and catching it. Mine, mine. Sela. Ella! Or Ellen, Janna! Sela glances at her friends, then turns to you. They're all right. They'll come around soon. Quickly, Barrett. Let's catch the little rascal before it runs off with the ring. Hey, get back here. Man, it's fast. Hey, get back here. Come here, you little rascal. Where'd you go? You're mine. Hey, catch it. What are you guys doing? Come and get me. You're too slow. It's fun to play. Give me the ring, you scoundrel. Hey, was that Curl? Before Ellen manages to get to the closet, the halfling Curl appears right next to it. Quite out of nowhere. He snatches the ring from the demon's paws. You mustn't get it. Curl? What are you... says Ellen. Oh, is Curl evil? What are you doing? What's going on here? Sela, thrusting herself between Ellen and Curl, Sela barely manages to absorb the blow aimed at the halfling. Ellen, stop! Have you gone mad? Ellen of the Houndhearts. He's using a summon spell. Why did you stop? Some lovely prey has just stepped into my trap. No, Ellen, Sela, help! Damn it! I didn't sign up for this. Janna, get ready. We're on our own now. Okay. So what do we have here? We have a lot of babaos. That's not good. They are going to do damage when we hit them, but that's going to have to be acceptable. Holy shit. Oh, that's Ellen, not Barrett. Okay, I was like, damn. He's doing really good against Barrett. How do we want to do this? Go ahead and cast a Bane spell. Okay, they mostly succeeded or resisted. That's not good. Get into a flanking position. Alright, there goes Ellen. Hey, it's strong. That's good. Alright, Sosiel, go ahead and bless everybody. Are you gonna take an attack? Probably. Yeah. And then move back. Actually, we should have you in front of... We don't want him going after Ember. But we need to take him out, so we're gonna use extra strike here.
You crossed the wrong mongrel.
Good damage from land, of course. 4 hits, that's beautiful. And I believe he got the, yeah, 1d6 divine damage there. That's awesome. Ember. Who do we want to put to sleep? Probably... Do you think you can kill this guy? Probably not. Put him to sleep. Okay, he succeeded. Sela... You're gonna stay up here and you're gonna attack. There you go. Good damage. Barrett, I need you to finish this guy off. Damn it. Alright, you went after Barrett. Good. Should be safe now, as long as Ellen doesn't die. Zenith, you keep attacking him. Yeah, the slime's not doing that much damage. I think we'll be okay. Quasit's going after Ellen. Did he get poisoned? No. Good. Camellia, finish him off. Okay, that was reduced. Never mind. Alright, Sosiel, why don't you come up here with your glaive? There we go. Good damage. What is this? Oh, Camellia dealt damage too? She dealt divine damage? Why? Why did that happen? Oh, that was from... She has leading strike, I guess. Am I right about that? I know I shouldn't forget this. I just gave it to them. But yeah, she has leading strike. Oh, okay, good, cool. I thought it was Woljif I gave it to, but it wasn't. Alright, land and take that guy out.
Survive me.
For our boy Zenith. There we go. Ow. Sneak attack damage. Critical sneak attack damage. That's not good. Ember. Go ahead and put him to sleep. Good. And then Sela will keep attacking him. Barrett, you move to him. You can't hit Barrett, you fool. Alright, Zenith, you get behind him. Get that flanking bonus. Ellen's okay, right? Yeah. Camellia, you'll go behind him. Here we go, but now he is marked. Is the Quasit dead? Yes. Okay, good. You'll come up here and use your glaive. Lan, finish him off.
Endure this.
Damn it, Lan. Sela's taking some hits. I don't like that. You're just gonna zap. Why is your zap not your... There we go.
Surrender or else.
Very good. 2 damage. 2 damage for free is good damage, in my opinion.
To the fray.
Okay, he's taken care of.
Attack.
There you go. Yeah, that leading strike is really useful. An extra d6. Zenith. Camellia, you're not...
You are today's sacrifice.
You're getting the mark on him, which is good.
I will bring down the divine wrath.
The divine wrath.
Make every strike count.
Okay, he's dead. Now this guy's sleeping. So we're going to... Somebody in the comments said I can do this on sleeping targets. Coup de grace. Which is an instant critical, I believe, and potential of instant death. That's really useful. Thank you for letting me know about that. That's a good tip, considering I use slumber a lot. Sela. Ellen, what were you doing? You nearly cut down Curl, without a second thought, without a trial, without even knowing if he was responsible for all of this. He might be a victim himself. Ellen, what am I doing? He lured us into a trap. Curl was the only one who knew where we were going. He knew we thought there wouldn't be anyone at the camp besides some small, harmless demons, so he set a trap. I wouldn't be surprised if his demon masters had him targeting the commander from the start. Talk about believing in the redemption of scoundrels, Ellen scoffs. Sela, we barely know anything about what happened. Curl is a good lad. He's not a spy or a murderer. Maybe they threatened him, tricked him, or even bewitched him with demon magic. Ellen of the Houndhearts, and now we'll never know because you let him escape. Better let the thief escape than cut down an innocent. So you're willing to let a traitor bring demons down on our heads just to keep your conscience clean? Get serious. No, I agree. Right, like... The portrayal of lawful a lot of times in this is very... It almost is like quick justice, which isn't... I don't think is what the law is. In fact, I think the law oftentimes is slow justice. You two need to calm down. You're both in the right. You're both right in your own way. And anyway, what's been done can't be undone. Ellen, we're lucky no one died in today's brawl. But who knows where Sela's naivete may one day lead you. Do you hear me, sister? You're not just another knight. Whatever you do may have terrible consequences. Sela, you clearly have something to say. Go ahead then. Spit it out. Sela, I didn't want to say this, but I think of you as my friend, so I'm going to warn you. After what happened at the Grey Garrison, you're in serious danger. Maybe not just you. You might like to ignore military hierarchy and the rules of knightly order, but there's wisdom in them that has stood the test of time. A soldier rises from a private to an officer. A knight begins as a squire. Even Iomede's paladins gain their abilities gradually, but not with you and the commander. You were granted incredible powers, far surpassing seasoned paladins with experience and skill far beyond your years. You received this gift at just the right moment. It saved a lot of lives across Mendev. That's a great deed that will be remembered for ages to come. But what happened next was wrong. They began to worship you. The Queen gave you such vast powers. All while you sidestepped everything. Training, experience, hardship. This is not the first time. Her Majesty has behaved rashly. And how much good has this brought Mendev? I'm frightened by what I see, especially by the way that you, Sela, trust people so easily and leap into adventures without looking. One day, you'll lower your sword when you should have driven the blade home, just like thousands of bright-eyed youngsters will after you. Ellen pauses, as if reluctant to continue, then looks you in the eye. I wanted to tell you the same thing, Commander. He's not wrong. You're right to an extent, Ellen, but I didn't choose my lot, and I'm just trying to fulfill my duty as best I can. Yep. See, that's the lawful I like. What's the point of dwelling on things we can't change? I have this power and I'll use it as I see fit. So if I understand you correctly, I'm an incompetent leader who never earned my position. No, lawful, yep. The knight lowers his head. I apologize for my harsh words. I said it to Sela, and I'll say it again. This wasn't a reproach, but a warning. The power you've been given, it may be your undoing, and the undoing of all the Crusaders along with you. Sosiel. Don't be afraid of what's new and unknown. We just need to bear in mind our responsibilities. Whatever was given to us, we can use it for good. Ellen. In any case, forgive me for wasting your time and subjecting you to danger here. Now, at least we know that Curl is a traitor, and Janna is a coward ready to abandon her friends when the going gets rough. I hope we'll all learn a lesson from these mistakes. As for that blasted ring, to hell with it. Kiana won't love me solely for the gifts I bring her. Ellen makes no attempt to conceal his disappointment. Nodding goodbye, he lowers his head and walks away. Sela watches as he leaves. Her expressive eyes are filled with sadness. Everything's become very complicated all of a sudden. Please, Barrett, let's go back. And I'd like to talk to you about it. Later. I have a lot to think about. Okay. I mean, we knew something was going to happen, right? There's no quest without combat. But, yeah. And as soon as Curl didn't show up, I kind of suspected he would have something planned. But yeah, I wasn't expecting Janna to run, and I wasn't expecting Ellen to go off on us like that. He's right, and I understand what he's saying. The Torn Flag of the Houndhearts, a small but noble order of Crusaders. But I do agree with what we said. You know, we didn't have a choice in this. It's not like we wanted to skip the tradition of rising the ranks and everything. Yeah, that's ingredients. Decorated scabbard. Anything else here? Mobility check over there. Unlock that for me, Camellia.
I hope you appreciate this.
Some mushrooms, some gold. It's all good. What's this? This tent is different from the rest. There's a strong burnt smell around it, and a rustling sound coming from within.
Yet another obstacle.
Hello? Wasn't expecting to find more combat. What are these guys? Brimmerocks. Right, these guys explode when you hit them or something, right?
Go for their heart.
Where is it? Yeah, boiling blood. Non-reach melee weapon is sprayed with its blood, taking 1d4 points of fire damage. Yeah. Alright then. Camellia, you are going to do something. You can do something real cool. And that is to hex him. Succeeded. Of course he did. You have nothing you can do, Zenith, so just get in there. You'll take the blows. Yeah, it's just a little burning blood. No big deal. Land. Fire away. Critical hit. 51 damage. Lan, you are a madman. Ow. I forgot they had fireball. Alright,
We shall overcome.
go ahead and heal. Try and mitigate that damage. Oh boy, they're gonna cast another one. Okay, everybody's still up. You're gonna heal too. We need more heals. You're going to try and put one of them to sleep. Good. And you're gonna try and hex this one. Damn it. Alright, Zenith. Try and take this guy out before he gets a turn. We should succeed as long as Lan hits his shots. 16, there we go. And then Barret, you are going to use coup de grace. Let's see if it kills him. Beautifully done. Fortitude saving throw failed. Yep. Yeah, that's really good. That was really good advice about that. Let's see. So we got a hat here. Hat of Heartening Song. When the wearer of this hat uses any song, this song also grants Fast Healing 1 at level 1, Fast Healing 2 at level 5, and increasing by 1 point every 4 levels thereafter. Neat. We need a bard. We want a bard. Give us a bard. Anything in here? The tent has been cut open from the inside. The knights apparently left in a hurry. I wonder why. Was there anything else over here? The ground is trampled, and there are signs of battle everywhere. The Houndhearts were clearly attacked by demons here. Alright, jump across. Everybody get on, Zenith there. Ooh, a shield. Heavy shield. Divine Protector. This +2 Mithril Heavy Shield grants its wearer damage reduction 5 to magic. Oh my. Yes, please. Barret. Man, our armor class just keeps rising. It's crazy. Oh, look at that. That looks cool. And we have damage reduction now. Against magic. Very nice. Sela, you do get an upgrade too, though. So don't feel too bad. So your armor class goes up. Alright, awesome. Let's go ahead back up the hill here. And that's where we're going to end the episode for today, guys. That was a really nice quest. I really liked it. This map, it's a simple map, but I really like the colors here. Like, this fall coloring, I don't know. It just looks really pretty. And we got a really nice shield. A nice hat for a bard. Please give us a bard game. I want a bard. I hope we get a bard. I love bards. But until the next episode, guys, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. And I'll catch you later.